കനവോ നീ കണ്ണോട് കണ്ണോട് കണ്ണോരമായി കാതോട് കാതോട് കാതോരമായി നെഞ്ചോട് നെഞ്ചോട് നെഞ്ചോരമായി നിറയ.
Hi, this is Neeraj Madhav, and we have Sid Sriram here with me. So this is like a very unplanned interview. We happened to run into each other at the hotel for lunch, and look at the coincidence. I mean, our movie Gauthamante Ratham is geared up for release. അപ്പോൾ ഞാൻ ഈ ഒരു ഇൻ്റർവ്യൂവിൽ ഇംഗ്ലീഷിലും കൂടെ സംസാരിക്കുന്നതായിരിക്കും. കാരണം ഞങ്ങൾ രണ്ടുപേരും മ്യൂച്വൽ ഒരു അണ്ടർസ്റ്റാൻഡിങ്ങിന് വേണ്ടിയിട്ട് ഇതൊരു മലയാളം ചാനലാണ്. ബട്ട് വിൽ ബി ഹാവിങ് എ ലിറ്റിൽ ചിറ്റ് ചാറ്റ് about our journeys and how we met and everything. So let's start. It's better we ask each other questions. So I've been the fan of your voice ever since I heard Maru Arte. No, even before that, Talli Pogade. Yeah. So and later on I discovered that you have a history of Carnatic music, which is a path-breaking thing for mainstream film, a mainstream person who is active in the cinema. So what was your journey? How did you land in Tamil music or music industry?
So I was born in Chennai, born into a musical family. My mother is a Carnatic musician. My grandfather was a Carnatic musician, and basically I was born in Chennai, but we moved to the States when I was a year old. So for my mom, teaching me Carnatic music was almost like a way of her instilling my culture and developing the roots. And for me, they just noticed my parents, both of them, very early on realized I had this deep affinity for music when I was like 2. So they started teaching me when I was 3. And so it started very early, and Carnatic music was kind of everything for me. Musically, was my formal training. It was what I was listening to. But in parallel, I kind of got introduced just through my own discovery to like R&B, hip hop, jazz, soul, all that. So these two different forms of music kind of grew within me as I grew older, with one of them being my main foundation and fountainhead when it came to all forms of musical expression, and the other one being something I was just passionate about. And then when I got older, I started figuring out ways to kind of bridge the gap and bring these two worlds together, and that ultimately is what led me into cinema. I sent Rahman sir some of my music in like 2010, and I was writing my own music, and that was very much like this bridge between the two worlds. So he really kind of was intrigued by it, and then he called me to sing my first song, and it blossomed from there.
What a way to start with Rahman sir. And I should say your styles, the way the kind of blend, we haven't seen that before. Maybe that is also a catch, because the R&B and the hip hop, you're able to the two renditions I've seen, like I've recently listened to the R&B track, the hip hop track with Divine, Too Hype, which was kick ass. I mean, and then when you sing Carnatic, you can go there. So that combination is something that that we haven't seen before. And while talking about our movie, so Ankit Menon, who's a debut music director.
I didn't know that was his first movie.
Yeah.
Oh, that's incredible.
Yeah, it's his first movie, and we got him on board, and he made this. This is the first song that he composed, Uire, and we were listening to the track at his place, and right away after I heard the first draft, I told to my director that, bro, I want to hear this in Sid Sriram's voice. And even director was like, bro, can you make that happen? I'm like, We'll try reach out to him. So since you were like our production side tried to catch up with you, so this is a story that I had to talk about because he is currently the most, I don't know, I mean, he's highly on demand. I mean, you have to wait for him to sing a song. So apparently I just discovered what a great human being he is, because since our production team wasn't able to get a date because we were hurrying for the release and everything, I personally reached out to him, and I was surprised how humble he is, even after all the stardom you're enjoying right now. And he personally assured me to sing the song in a short period of time, and we made it happen in say 1 or 2 weeks.
Yeah.
And thank you, man. I mean, it's the song is a big hit. What do you have to say about the song?
Well, I'm glad that we made it happen. I was right in the midst of this Carnatic Margari season in Chennai, and then I'm also actually debuting as a music director, so I was just finishing that up. But I heard the scratch, and I think Ankit had sung it himself, and it immediately caught my ear. And you don't come across songs like this every day, and that's something I really I try to keep my radar up. When you feel the magic, you really want to lock in on it. And it felt magical the minute I heard it. And actually, the recording was interesting. I was just finishing a very grueling day of, I think it was like rehearsals and also mastering and stuff for a background score for my movie. And then I got to the studio at night, probably around 8:30 or so, and I was tired, man. But his energy, just the overall vibe that was already there, and obviously the song is so beautiful. It just kind of woke me up, and it was one of my favorite recording sessions of recent times, where they gave me my space to really just get into the mood and just emote with the song, and it really kind of stirred something up within me. And I think obviously the lyrics are beautiful, the composition is gorgeous, and the space that they gave me allowed me to really kind of put a bit of my soul into the song. And it's been so great to see how well it's been received and how it's been moving, and I'm honored that you guys had me in mind for this song. Yeah, seriously, it's a gorgeous piece.
I can slightly connect to Sid's journey of coming from the US and piercing the South industry and the Indian music and mixing it with the American music or whatever. So I come from the South background, and I haven't reached all the way till US, but maybe in a pan-Indian scenario, I just recently did this Hindi series called Family Man for Amazon Prime Video. So that was a very new ground for me, and so this was from the directors of Go Goa Gone, Raj and DK, and I performed along with Manoj Bajpayee. So this was like again a lot of new things for me. Hindi, and you recently did the Hindi track, so but it was an English track.
It was in English.
The lyrics was English, but still the scene was
different. Yeah, it's a different space altogether.
pan-Indian. Yeah. So I was also overwhelmed with the kind of response, because eventually I believe, I don't know if a couple of years back the collaborations that are happening right now would have happened, because now I think the whole art industry is merging, no more barriers anymore. Exactly. So all the collaborations that we are expecting a pan-Indian audience for our content in the future. That's what we are trying to make. So now right now I'm signing more Hindi projects, and I'm able to, I wouldn't have thought about it a couple of years back, but now I'm able to represent the country. And in future, I really hope we work on together something which is a national or international content. And I'm really happy to do this unplanned interview with you, man. And this has been a great session.
Thank you. Yeah, and just to speak to that, I think people like yourself, and I humbly put myself in the category as well. I think it's people are looking towards the South with a certain level of respect and admiration, and the art that's coming from this part of the country and this part of the world is at the very top. There's a certain standard that's being set, and it's exciting because this is ground that hasn't been broken up until now. So there's a whole fresh perspective that is given a voice now, and I think with that, there's just the sky's the limit. So I mirror what you said in wanting to work on something together that is really on that global stage, and the time is perfect right now.
You're all young, and
yeah, exactly, and there's just so much talent to showcase, and then it's also an inspiration to the younger generations that are even younger than us, who are looking towards us to set the blaze the trail so they can come and do something even cooler. So I'm really glad that we chanced upon this meeting, and we've been like talking via WhatsApp for the last, I want to say, like month or so, and just happened to run into each other. So it's great. Yeah. Thank you, brother.
Now we have to listen to Uyire from his voice, from his mouth. അപ്പോൾ നമ്മുടെ എല്ലാ മലയാളി പ്രേക്ഷകർക്കും വേണ്ടിയിട്ട് ഉയിരെ എന്ന് പറയുന്ന പാട്ട് ഇതേ സിഡ് ശ്രീറാമിൻ്റെ കയ്യിൽ നിന്ന് തന്നെ കേട്ടോളൂ.
ഉയിരെ കവറും ഉയിരെ പോലെ എന്താണ് நீ എന്താണ് കാതൽ മഴയായി തനുവിൽ ചേരും ആരാണ് നീ ആരാണ് ഉയരേ ചിരകോരാവിൻ നിലവോ താരിൽ മധുവോ കാണാ കനവോ നീ കണ്ണോട് കണ്ണോട് കണ്ണോരമായി കാതോട് കാതോട് കാതോരമായി നെഞ്ചോട് നെഞ്ചോട് നെഞ്ചോരമായി നിറയ നീ തോരാതെ തോരാതെ തീരാതെയായി മായാതെ മായാതെ മായാതെയായി എന്നാളും എന്നാളും എന്നാളമായി പടര്. Thank you so much.
Amazing, man.
Thank you, man. Thank you.